Hello guys, this is Sushant. So welcome to your channel, that is Sci Engineers. I hope you are having a great time in your first year of engineering, semester 1. We have been making videos for the first semester subjects like engineering mechanics, basic electrical and applied mathematics. We will be doing so in the future. So for that you need to like our videos, share it with your friends and do subscribe to our channel to never miss a notification from us. Do hit the bell icon to never miss a video which we are uploading. Your support by liking and sharing our videos helps us make more videos like this and help you in your studies for your engineering. So do hit the like button, do share it with your friends and write in the comment section how do you find these videos, and also write what more videos you would like us to make on. So let's get going. So in today's video we are going to talk about the subject which is engineering mechanics. We had already made videos for your topic which was friction. We are going to have this topic which is going to be the concluding part of friction. In this we are going to see the sums which are going to be based on a ladder friction. So let us consider this problem which is given to me, in which we have this plank which is kept on your point A and B, and then it is weighing about 100 newtons. Its length is given as 5 meters. At A there is a frictional coefficient which is going to be 0.2, and my B is to be considered as a smooth surface. Then we are given that a man is going to walk on this particular plank who is weighing about 900 newtons. So the man is going to start walking from your point A towards your point B. And I have to find the distance till which it is safe for the man to walk on this plank. So I have to find this x distance till which the man can safely walk from A to B without slipping of the plank. So for that you have to consider that there is going to be the assumption that we are going to have maximum frictional force generated at point A, because at B there is no frictional force which is going to be generated. So let us try to draw the FBD of the plank. So for simplicity we are not going to show the 2D structure of the plank, we are just going to assume that it is a straight line. Then on this plank we will be having this point as A, this point will be my B. Then we have to show the weight of the plank. It is given that the weight of the plank is 100 newtons. And we have to assume that the plank is uniform in nature, so it will have its weight which is going to be going from the center, because we are assuming that it is the center of mass of it. So it is situated at 2.5 meters from A, because we are assuming it's at the center. The total length of the plank is given as 5. Then this thing is going to be 100 newtons. Then on this particular plank there is a man who is going to walk. So let us say that he walks till distance of x from point A, till which it is going to be safe for him to walk. Then what is to be noted is there is going to be a reaction force at A and there is going to be a reaction force at B. The reaction force at B, that is a normal reaction force at B, is going to be perpendicular to this particular surface. So if I draw this surface as this, it's going to be perpendicular to this surface. This surface is given to me as 30 degrees over here. Now this is my reaction force at NA, so that's denoted as NA. This will be denoted as NB. Now my coefficient of friction at A is given as 0.2. So for that I need to have a frictional force. Since the man is going to be walking up the plank, there is a tendency that the plank is going to slide downwards. So at point A there is going to be a sliding towards the left direction. So your frictional force should be opposing to that motion. So it's going to be shown in this direction. We are assuming the maximum frictional force, so that is why it will be your mu NA. So these are all the forces which are going to be applied on the plank AB. So now you can see that the number of variables present in this case is NA, NB and X. So there are three variables, so you will require three equations for it. And since we have the distances also in this case, so we can have your summation fx, summation fy and summation m equation. Going for the summation fx equation, it's going to be mu Na, which is going in the positive x axis, and the component of Nb, which is going to be your Nb sine 30, which is equal to 0. Next, going for your summation fy equations. So your summation fy equations is going to be your Na going in the positive direction, your Nb, you will be taking the component of Nb, which is going to be your cos component. So it's going to be Nb cos theta, so Nb cos 30. You will be having this 100 and 900 going in the downward direction, so you will have a minus 100 and minus 900, and those things will be equal to 0. So rewriting that equation, you will have your Na plus Nb cos 30 is equal to 1000. So solving 1 and 2, you will be getting the values of Na and Nb. Next, moving on to your summation Ma, we are considering the point A because you can see that your Na and mu Na is at point A, so those two forces will not be considered for your Ma calculation, so those can be eliminated from here. Next, we just have these three forces which we have to consider for your summation M. So when you're considering your 100 newtons, for that what you can do is you can draw this particular triangle which is going to be perpendicular over here. So if you want to find the distance from A, you need to consider this adjacent side for it. And this angle is given to me as 20, the hypotenuse is of 25, so adjacent side will be 25, that is 2.5 into cos 20. So since this particular force is going in the clockwise direction, so it will have a minus 100 into the distance, which is this distance, which is your 2.5 cos 20. Next, moving on to the next one, that is 100. Again with the same logic, you can draw this particular triangle over here. So for that you need to have this distance, the hypotenuse is given as x, so you will have your x cos 20, and again it is going in the clockwise direction, so it will have a minus sign for it. When you are considering your NB, you should have your component, that is your x and y component for it. So when you are considering your x component, so that's going to be Nb sine 30, and when you are considering the sine component, if you draw this particular triangle over here, you have to consider this distance because you are going to consider this. So the total length of AB is given as 5, the hypotenuse is given as 5, and I need the opposite side. So for opposite side you need to have your sine 20 as the angle. Next, going for the y component for it. So y component is in this fashion. So it's going to be Nb cos 30 into the distance. So for that distance you require this distance, that is the adjacent side. You have been given the hypotenuse as 5, so it will be 5 cos 20. And since both these components are going to move the plank in the anticlockwise direction, so it will have a sign which is plus. So on solving these equations, you will be getting your value of x. So for that you need first the Na and Nb. So for that you need to solve the equations 1 and 2. So you will be getting your Na and Nb value. After getting your Nb value, you can just substitute in this equation and you will get your x. So this is how you solve your problems regarding your ladder friction. So for ladder friction, you can use all the three equations, that is summation fx, summation fy and summation ma. In the previous video which we had dealt with the wedge friction, in that you won't be able to solve it by your summation ma because the distances for that is mostly not given. So you will just have to use summation fx and summation fy while solving. So this is going to be the conclusion for your friction topic. We will be taking up a new topic in your engineering mechanics. So to remind you guys, we have been uploading videos for your first semester subjects regarding your electrical subject and the applied mathematics subject also. We are associated with the Samartha Vidya classes, which is for engineering and science students. So if you want to inquire about us, you can do so by going to our Facebook page, or you can email us at samarthavidya@gmail.com. The link for the Facebook page and the email address is given in the description below. So till next time, signing off for now. This is Sushant. So keep watching, keep learning, and happy learning. Bye.